Good morning, sports fans. This is the USA Wager Sports Brief. I am your host, Rodney Knuppel, and we are back for a Monday, May 24th edition of the USA Wager Sports Brief. We've got quite a bit to talk about. It was a fun weekend of sports and should be another fun week of sports with both the NBA and NHL playoffs going on and a lot to talk about in the PGA Championship. So let's get to the show. Well, it was a fun weekend at the PGA Championship there in South Carolina, and Phil Mickelson is the PGA champion. What a scene there in South Carolina! Just an amazing mob scene as he head up the and finished up on 18. Brooks Koepka didn't necessarily like it, but it was quite the mob scene, and I think it's good for golf. Is the mob scene good for golf? Is the question that I'm asking today. I know Brooks Koepka didn't like it. He wants more security out there. And Phil Mickelson didn't necessarily seem to mind it. Obviously he likes the attention. Phil's the guy that plays up to the crowd. He was joking with a couple guys about if they're getting a payout for his win. Of course, we like that as a sports betting enthusiast. We like that talk. So, what did you think of the mob scene there in South Carolina as Phil Mickelson came away the winner? The first PGA Championship for Phil since 2005, and he's also 50 years old. The oldest to win a PGA Championship. So he came away a big weekend, fun weekend of golf there. He at one point was 300-1 to win. I know pre-tournament, then right before the tournament, you could have got him at 200-1. What a payout that was. And Phil Mickelson paying guys out. The books got beat once again with that payout, I'm sure. Louis Oosthuizen and Brooks Koepka finished tied for second as they went -4 for the tournament. Phil Mickelson's -6 was the winner. So that was it was fun, and that brought us to the point. Our sports back. You saw the mob scene. You saw the no mask. You saw Sunday Night Baseball. You saw the no mask. I was in St. Louis Friday, Saturday. I joked, but I'm fairly serious. There may have been 10 people there with masks at Busch Stadium. Whether you're for it or against it, it is a good thing for sports to be back. It's nice to have crowds again. You spent over a year not being around hardly anybody. Now you've got these big crowds. It was fun. It certainly was fun. And, is it the safest? I'm fully vaccinated. I know many of you are, whether you like that or not, whether you believe in it or not. Of course, I started feeling safe. I had a 10-year-old son with me. He is not. We don't necessarily need to get into all the details of that. But anyways, our sports back. I think they are. I think they're going to come back in a big way, especially this summer. Baseball fields, diamonds are opening up all of their seats here in the next couple of weeks. I think sports are going to be back in a big way, and started big this weekend. Really a fun weekend of sports with that scene there in South Carolina, and then some fun baseball games with nice crowds. So that's the question today. Our sports back. Moving to the NBA. LeBron James down 1-0 as the Phoenix Suns, the second seeded Phoenix Suns, came away with the win. That was a 99-90 win over the Lakers. Devin Booker with a team high 34 points in that game. What do you think? Are the Lakers in big trouble? I tend to think they are. It's just not the same Lakers team. Obviously that won a championship last year. LeBron's banged up. Anthony Davis hasn't been the dominant Anthony Davis. And to be honest, with Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and company, Phoenix looks like the better team. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in that series. But LeBron James down 1-0. The LeBron James haters, of course, love that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in that series. But the Phoenix Suns came away with the win. First game of the day, Philadelphia beat the Wizards 125-118. Tobias Harris, big day for 76ers. Of course, Philadelphia has the big picture in mind, 16 wins. They've got one down, 15 to go. Other NBA games that late one last night, the Hawks and Knicks. I guess it wasn't the late, it was the third one. Instant classic, Trae Young with a bucket late to win that game. 32 points for the young Trae Young in the playoffs at the Garden. Couldn't ask for a better setup there for Trae Young. Knicks down 1-0 with the home loss. they'll look to bounce back in game 2. And then the upset of the night, the Memphis Grizzlies came away with a 112-109 win over the top-seeded Utah Jazz. Whether you believe in the Utah Jazz or not as the top seed, they are the top seed, but they did not have Donovan Mitchell last night. So that is, of course, a big loss. Dylan Brooks, 31 points for the Memphis Grizzlies as they took on their former teammate there and Mike Conley. Memphis now up 1-0 in that best-of-7 series. Just 2 games tonight on the NBA docket. The Miami Heat are at the Milwaukee Bucks. Of course, that was a good game the last time they played on Saturday. Milwaukee came away with the overtime win. The Heat are plus 4.5. I tend to like the Heat to bounce back. You know, we've seen this Heat team just does not go away. I don't expect them to go away. I expect Jimmy Butler to be better in game 2. I'll take Miami as the road game is and you know, Portland just continues to be the underdog in these games and in this series. Portland is a small underdog at Denver, plus 1.5. I'll be your Huckleberry. I'll be your sucker. I'm going to go back with Denver, hoping maybe the Nuggets can play a little bit better defense in this one. Jokic can get the ball a little bit more late in the game, and Denver comes away with that win. I'll take the Nuggets minus 1.5 at home. All right, we move to the NHL, and as you can see, what would be over here? There we go. There it is. We can see over there. I'm all backwards here. My Blues banner is still flying despite getting eliminated. 4-game sweep of the Colorado Avalanche. The Avalanche were clearly the better team all through that series, and tough loss there for the St. Louis Blues in 4 straight games. The Boston Bruins also have advanced to the second round. So the 2019 runner-up came away with a 4-1 series victory over the Washington Capitals. Capitals are now eliminated, down to 14 teams in the NHL. Other winners yesterday, Nashville tied up the series against the top seeded there in the Central Carolina Hurricanes. That's now a 2-2 series and a 2 overtime win thriller last night in Nashville. And how about the Jets? Probably actually the biggest story of the day. Connor McDavid now down 3-0 in that series as the Jets came storming back from down 4-1 to come away with a 5-4 win over the Oilers. It's now 3-0 Jets in that series. So we'll keep an eye on that one as they play tonight. Jets have a chance to wrap up that series tonight. 5 games on ice tonight. Islanders at the Penguins. Penguins are minus 140. That's 2-2 series. If I'm picking, and I will, I'll take the Penguins. Toronto minus 160 at Montreal. That series is tied 1-1. I will take Austin Matthews and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Tampa Bay is at Florida. Tampa Bay has a chance to wrap up that series in Sunrise. I think the Panthers hold on one more night. They find a home win. They keep the Lightning playing in round 1. I'll take the Panthers here, but I think Tampa Bay wins this in 6. Edmonton is at the Jets. Come on, Connor McDavid, the best player in the world, and you're going to get swept in the first round. I'll take Edmonton minus 120 tonight at the Jets. Of course, again, Jets lead that series 3-0. And Minnesota is at Vegas. Vegas has a chance to close them out. They, of course, would get the Colorado Avalanche in what many expect to be an absolutely instant classic series. I'll take Vegas, even the minus 175, and I think I'll even throw the minus 1.5 for even money in there. I'll take Vegas to eliminate Minnesota in that series tonight. So that is your NHL rundown. Again, this is the USA Wager Sports Brief. I am Rodney Knuppel on it every morning, 9:30 a.m. Central Time. You've seen many different locations. I was in St. Louis the last 2 days. Who knows where I'll be? But here I am. And let's finish up the show. San Diego Padres have now won 9 in a row. Fernando Tatis Jr., I love saying that name. Tatis Jr. hit another grand slam for Slam Diego. Slam Diego won their 9th straight game. The Tampa Bay Rays, as I just saw on the screen, have stayed hot. They've won 10 straight games. They look for a sweep today, this afternoon, here in a few hours, against the Toronto Blue Jays. The Dodgers blasted the Giants. Gavin Lux with the grand slam. So 2 grand slams there out of the NL West teams. And then the New York Yankees picked up a sweep over the Chicago White Sox with a 5-4 win. And that'd be, I cannot let this one go, although I would like to. Javier Baez, 2-run homer, 10th inning. Cubs beat the Cardinals 2-1. The Cubs won 2 out of 3 in that series. Cardinals still lead the division by 2 games. There you go. There you have it. All right, so Major League Baseball today. I mentioned that game here in a couple hours. It's Rays at Toronto. Rays are a very small favorite in that one. I do think Toronto finds a way to win one in this series. They really need a win. They can't get swept here. They need a win, need to gain a game in the division. I'll take Toronto this afternoon. A little bit later tonight, the 2 dandies that I like, it's Cardinals and White Sox. It really tears at me here for folks. Lance Lynn, one of my favorite guys in all of Major League Baseball. Tony La Russa, whether you hate him or you hate him, because I know almost all of you do. I like the guy. I know the guy. Appreciate the guy. Don't all appreciate everything he's done in his life, but Tony La Russa, Lance Lynn, St. Louis Cardinals. I can't get much better than that. Anyways, the White Sox are minus 175 tonight. I do like Kim in this game, left-hander facing the White Sox. White Sox have struggled a little bit. I think it'll be late in the bullpen, but I look for a low-scoring game. I'll take the Cardinals on the road there. And then tonight is a really good one. San Diego's at Milwaukee. Padres are red hot. They've got Blake Snell on the mound against Brandon Woodruff. The Brewers are a small favorite in that one. I'm going to take the Brewers to snap the Padres streak and pick up a win behind Brandon Woodruff. And that is your Major League Baseball rundown for today. All right. We've ran about 11 minutes here. That's our normal show, 10 to 15 minutes, talking about all the sports last night, looking at all the sports tonight. Really looking forward to another great slate. Beautiful weather outside. Can't get better than this. The summer is here. We are approaching Memorial Day weekend. What could be better than that? All right. USA Wager Sports Brief with Rodney Knuppel. I will be back tomorrow. So long for just a while. And make sure you stay tuned to all the different shows. We've got it all for you right here at USA Wager. So long for just a while.